Hi guys! It's Elena coming at you from Washington State. Yay! So, today we are going to talk about Expedia. Alright. Picture this. Sicily. No, just kidding. Picture this. I bought my tickets in March, I think, for a wedding that was going to happen in July. I tried to check in and they said I needed to go see a representative. Cut to the next night when I'm getting ready to leave, and it takes me an hour talking with the woman at the desk, and it turns out that my name on my passport does not match the name on my plane tickets. Yeah. So she recommends that I call Expedia. I'm standing to the side talking to the Expedia person for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. He tells me that there's nothing he can do because it is under 8 hours before my flight. I relay this to the woman, and she's going back and forth to her superior, leaving the desk, going somewhere, I don't know where, through a door, talk to a superior. Finally, after about an hour, she comes back, smiling. I've missed my first flight. She says, so everything seems fine, great, but I'm going to have to recheck in anyway because it's a different airline. So I get there, it's a 15-minute walk in sweltering heat. I'm dressed for winter, so I make it to the new airline counter, and I'm trying to talk in Spanglish. I'm going between English and Spanish. I'm really frazzled when it took me a half hour, I think, and I believe that what they were saying, they were talking very quickly and not to me, just to each other. They had to refund my ticket and buy me and get me a new one with that money because my passport and my name didn't match. And just a side note, I have flown internationally with Expedia before, and they've gotten my name correct, because my name on all of my official documents is within that app. I did make my flight out of LA to Lima, and then Lima to Cusco, so that actually was just fine. But so, fast forward, the wedding was beautiful, everything was wonderful, everything's fine, mostly. We can talk about the little things that went wrong along the way there another time. But I'm leaving the country, and I'm supposed to fly out at 9 a.m. And I'm sitting at the gate, everything seems fine. And the guy's over the announcer is yes, we're going to be delayed to 10:10. And, he repeated it in Spanish or whatever. And I was like, okay, no problem. And then we got on the plane, and they were like, there's only one way in and out of the airport, which means we're going to sit here for an hour. So we were sitting there for another hour. And then, as we're taxiing towards the takeoff point, the guy behind me starts having a medical emergency. So that takes another half an hour of him trying to say, no, I don't want to miss my connecting flight either. And them saying, oh no, it's policy. We need to bring a team of medical professionals onto the plane to fix you. So we get there, and by this point, I've missed my connecting flight out from Lima to LA. So I stood in line for an hour in Lima. Finally, they told me that the only flight coming out that day was technically the next day at 2 a.m. And the lady said to me, I will try to get you a standby flight, and if not, the next flight is in 2 days. Excuse me? So then she gets me a ticket, tells me to go sleep in this hotel that they've got a voucher for, blah, 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 blah. I take the voucher, I figure that out, blah, blah, blah. I go buy myself a really big Starbucks and 2 cheese empanadas. They were great. I had a great time. And I also got Wi-Fi from that, so I could contact my people who are still in Peru and let them know what was going on with me. So that was a plus. I went to this hotel, I got Wi-Fi, I talked to my parents, I took a nap. I also contacted one of my coworkers, to let her know that there was a possibility that I would be coming back to a day to 2 days later than I had anticipated for work. So there's that. And then I come back to the airport. I planned to come back earlier just because I was hoping that I would be able to, like, cut a deal with another airline to get there faster. Didn't end up being able to do that, but I did, I actually had a ticket. I got on that flight, long story short, and then was standing for like another hour in LA talking to this lady about trying to get a flight back to, and that was fine. But she had gotten me a new ticket, new reservation, and then when she tried to check me in, there was a problem because the site-wide system was down for birthdays. They were doing a revamp of security clearance. So it was like, sounds about right for my luck. But I did get in on the same day, so it wasn't a huge issue, and then I immediately collapsed, which was wonderful. However, in there, a full day before I needed to leave, I had called Expedia again, you know, trying to make sure that none of the problems would happen the same way. Like, okay, great. So I called them, and they told me point blank, we will be able to fix this issue. And then, like 15 minutes later, me being on hold, very happy, getting increasingly happier, the guy says that there's nothing that anyone at Expedia can do to help me and that it's out of their hands. I asked if there was anything else that they suggested I do, trying very hard to hold on to my patience. He said no, and I said, all right, thank you, have a nice day, and hung up. I was shaking with anger. Not to mention the fact that when I went to check my LATAM, or LAN, depending again on where you are, reservations had I had 2 reservations for flights that were supposed to be showing up on the Expedia app, and they both miraculously disappeared. So I had no proof on my phone that I had gotten those flights. Da-dum-dum. Still have no idea what happened with that. I don't know if I ever will. How great. And that is all she wrote.